Okay, with any luck, we are live again today. All right. So, a prior video that I recorded hopefully ended up on the right channel. You see, I've got multiple channels, and every now and then, for some reason, it
Okay,
picks the
with any
wrong channel.
luck, we are live.
So, we're going to check and see if it did that. Um, we should be live on YouTube. And let's see. Yeah, we're live on YouTube. And we'll find out if we're on the right channel. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about that one element that I added in the last video. In the last video, I talked about the four products that you have as an entrepreneur. Every entrepreneur at some point or another in their career is going to have a product that is goods or services or both. Some of us operate in a mode where we actually have both of those, goods and services. But along with that, the other product we have that is obvious to some, not so obvious to others, is leadership. And I've talked about that in the past. And finally, the one that I added today, after having an epiphany, going back and studying Napoleon Hill's works, is that you have another product and it's called purpose, your purpose. Now, why do I say that? So we're going to go into a little greater detail on the whole idea of product being purpose today, because in Napoleon Hill's epic work, Think and Grow Rich, what he emphasizes over and over again is definiteness of purpose. In other words, your purpose that you adhere to, that you have locked in as your life goal, the thing that you want to accomplish, that turns out to be a product. And why is that? Because your purpose has value, not just to you, but to the people who experience the outcome of you having achieved your purpose. See, along the way in achieving your purpose, you're going to impact the lives of other people. And you impact them when they receive information from you that they value, right? So goods and services are obvious. People value certain goods. They value a certain kind of a drink or a nutritional supplement, or they value a certain kind of travel or investment product. You know, these are things that they value. Services, same thing, investment services, you know, education platforms that teach you how to invest and so forth. People value that. They value the thing that that product gives you, the product, goods and services. That's obvious. We deal with that every day. We go to the store, we buy a carton of milk. We value that milk. So those are the things that are obvious to most people who get involved in entrepreneurship. And then comes leadership. Leadership is something that's not so obvious to some people. They don't understand that your leadership is a product, because ultimately who you are impacts the lives of others. Your leadership is, in fact, one of the key elements that helps people embrace the goods and services that you may offer. And leadership comes into play in a number of areas. It's not just leading an organization. Your leadership permeates your life. It's a product of who you are. So that's something that, like I say, to some is obvious, to others, not so obvious. The fourth one we added today, purpose. Well, your purpose in life is what drives you. It's your energy. It's the thing that you are trying to achieve by one or more means. And people along the way experience those one or more means on your way to purpose. Now, you know, your purpose can be any number of things. It is you and you uniquely. Now, be very careful here. There are people out there, and I call them institutions of society, who seek to influence what you believe, what you think, what you do, how you act, what you say, because it serves their purpose. Be very careful that your purpose is your purpose, that it is permeated with your beliefs, your values, your passions. It is you uniquely, so that if somebody were to ask you, what is your purpose in life? It doesn't sound like a soundbite from somebody else's life or some organization that you might identify with. Your purpose needs to be you. because that is one of the products you represent. Goods, services, leadership, purpose. Your purpose has value to the lives of others, not just you. So that's what I wanted to reiterate in this video. Plus, honestly, I'm using this video as a test to make sure that it lands on the right YouTube channel. I have many different YouTube channels, and to be honest with you, I've got too many. And some of them are tied together. And to be quite honest, I'm very, very paranoid about deleting them because it appears if I delete one, I delete all. So I'm going to have to get somebody to help me with that. Well, that was our extension of an earlier video regarding purpose, and I hope you found value in this. We're going to be talking more about that as we move forward in our entrepreneurial journey. And before I go, I just want to leave you with an observation. You know, I had the opportunity to take high-level entrepreneur courses at some of the leading universities. And, you know, they're very valuable. I met a lot of good people, a lot of good instructors. You know, these are people who are high-profile entrepreneurs, mostly in the high-tech areas. But one thing I learned from all of that is that no business on this planet exists without making an impact on the life of a person somewhere, without fulfilling a need or giving them the means to do so. Every company must have an impact on a life somewhere on this planet. And the more lives you impact, that's called market share. And I learned that not by being told, but by being observant. And so that's what drives me to give you these philosophies about what constitutes a product. Because somebody must value something that you offer in order for that product to make a connection. You know, there's an old saying that trying to sell ice cubes to an Eskimo is a fruitless endeavor. Well, I would buy into that. Depends on what the Eskimo wants to do with the ice cube, doesn't it? What if that Eskimo has a beverage, and I know it's cold outside, but that beverage is best chilled, and they don't really want to go throw snow in it or chip some ice. They'd rather have a nice little cube of ice. So maybe you can sell ice cubes to an Eskimo. It depends on what that Eskimo values. And your job as an entrepreneur is to identify what it is that people need, what they value, and understand why, so that you know what to deliver to them or what to connect them with, even if it's not your product. Okay, well, with that said, I'm Dana Scranton. Thank you for your time. This is Entrepreneurs Without Limits, and we'll see you in the next episode.